Hi, welcome to this Photoshop tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you how to create animation. Now, I've got quite a lot to go through. I'm going to show you timeline animation, frame animation, and I'm also going to show you how to animate 3D if I've got time. So let's just go back to fill, deselect, like that, fine. Right, now, when you open up your timeline, you will get this down here. It says create frame animation, or you can create video timeline. Let's start with create frame animation. I've got a new layer. It's a blank layer set for this red square on it, which we're going to animate. So we'll click on create frame animation, and down on the timeline we get one little box, and that is classed as our first frame where our red box is there. So we need to create another frame to make some animation. So there's a button down here which is create new frame, something like that it's called. My color's just changed. So we click on that, get a move tool and move this down to the other corner, and now we've got an animation. So if I play it, you can see it plays. Now once you've done this, there's some options you can do to them frames. You can start of all come down to where it says once and change that to forever. Now when you press play, it will just keep doing it. But we want to see it actually move. We don't want to see it jump from one area to the other. So to do that, we need to add some tweens. So we're going to first of all click on them both. Click on this icon here, tween, and we'll add, say, 8 frames in between. And now we're going to shift select all of them, and just in the corner of any one of the frames you'll see a little arrow with 0 behind it next to it. That means that there's no time between each one, it's instant. So we want to change that to probably 0.2. Now when we press play, you can see it moving along like so. If we wanted to, we could make that even faster, maybe 0.1, press play, and it goes even faster. So that's basic frame animation. Let's now talk about timeline animation. So let's go back to our history and we'll go deselect, and we'll go create video timeline, create video timeline, and now we've got this to look at. So if we scroll down on this little squirrely, we've also got this, which is our CTI, current time indicator, something like that. We've got our controls there. CS6. We're going to animate this. We're going to animate the position, the opacity, and the style. So the position, what we've done is we set a keyframe by clicking on the stopwatch. So that's recorded the position, the opacity, and style as it is now in this state. So we're going to move to, say, 2 seconds. And we're going to change each of these. First of all, we'll change the position. So if we move the position there, it will automatically record another keyframe because the position state has changed. It's moved through time and it's laid down a keyframe. The opacity will also set down to, say, 50-odd%. And the style, what we need to do, go back to the beginning, double click on it to open up layer styles, because that's what the style means. Just do color overlay, leave it at red, and then come to the next keyframe. An easy way to jump to your next keyframe is these little arrows beside these little yellow dots. These little yellow dots indicates that there's keyframes on that property. You just there, and then open up layer styles again, color overlay. Let's change it to blue. Click OK. Click OK. Let's bring our work area down so we don't have a lot of blank area where there's, or just static, because we haven't animated it. The animation exists between the keyframes, not beyond the keyframes. And now when we press play, you'll see that it's moving, it's changing position, it's changing opacity, and it's changing style. So that's a basic animation for them. So let's move on to another document. I've got this 3D cube open here, and we've got all these properties. Now let me move this up because there's quite a few more properties. We've got our normal position, opacity, and style. And then we've got all these 3D options. So let's start with just the normal ones. Well, we know what position, opacity and style does. When you're on the move tool and with 3D, you automatically, and you've got a 3D, you're on a 3D layer, you automatically get these options here. If you just want the move tool and you don't want to use one of these 3D tools, just hold down the control and you can move it. And that's basically for the position. The opacity we explained before and the style we explained before. So let's just do the 3D options. I'm going to start with the 3D camera. I probably won't be able to go through them all because of time, but I'll do some of the more useful ones. A cross section, that's quite good. So we'll set a keyframe. We'll move forward and we'll open up our 3D panel. Right, and then you click on the scene on the 3D panel, and then you get this option here, cross section. This is different in CS5, but you'll see it. So once you've clicked on that, you get these options, and basically what it does is it gives you a plane. So if we move the plane opacity up, and let's change the direction to maybe the Z-axis, and then you offset it. So as you can see, this dark plane here, so I'll change the opacity so you can see what it is there. That is our cross section, and wherever that is in the 3D object is basically where it's going to cut it. So if I animate it, it will explain it better. So we'll start at the beginning, and we'll start with it basically fully in show, so like so, and then we'll come to our next keyframe and we'll take it out of view. So that plane has totally cut away that cube now. So as we animate it, it brings it back and it takes it away. Really could do with more explaining, but I just really haven't got time. The 3D meshes, to animate the 3D meshes, you need to be on this bit, this option here, cube wrap, not on the cube material, on cube wrap. We'll set a keyframe. First of all, let's turn off that cross section, like so. So you need to be on cube wrap, not cube material. We'll set a keyframe. We'll go forward a little bit, and then we'll spin it round, and there you've got your animation of your 3D object. So that's good. Let's delete them. 3D materials is another one. So we can come to now cube material. Let's create a bump map. So we're going to go new texture, click OK. We're going to edit that texture, and we're just going to give it a filter, noise, add noise, click OK, close it, save it, yes. And then on the materials we'll set a keyframe, we'll move forward, and then we'll take that bump map up, high like so, and you can see that's animated the bump. So as we move forward in time, we see that bump mapping being created. Let's get my words right. So lights are the same. Light is the same. Let's come to the light tab. So, well, we can just come to infinite light, like so. In fact, let's just remove that bump material. Just take the bump down. Infinite light, or you can come to the light tab and set a keyframe, move forward, and change the direction of that light, and you can see it, that's animated as well. So it's real basic stuff really. There's nothing too technical about it. There's a lot more options, as you can see, scene, there's render settings and other stuff that you can play with, but that's basically how you create animation, frame animation, timeline animation and 3D animation. Thanks for watching. I wish I had more time to explain more, but I haven't, so I'll see you next time.